Okay. Now, I just read on T-Buzz videos that somebody let an inmate in her place. Now, that wasn't no mean for the guy to kill the girl and the baby. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't know if these people are being released out because of this ruling against like the same-sex law that Barack Obama done did. I don't know if they doing this to initiate those who've been in prison for so many years and the government didn't help them or whatever the situation is. I don't know if these people are being hired to really take over, because my nephew Kenny says take over time and all this other stuff. So I don't know if these are people who has been kicked out of the system. I don't know. Who having trouble finding jobs and everything is counting against them. I don't know if mothers and sons' rights is being protested. I don't know what's going on like with this situation, because the one person said her son got locked up because of it was false. Some girl falsely accused him of, but I told the lady, I said, look, we don't know what our children do out there in the world, because my mother, she didn't know what she didn't know anything about what her kids was out there in the street doing, and I told the lady, my sister went through the same thing. We was at my relative's trial, and we watched him get sentenced. He did it, but what I'm saying is a lot of people will say, I'm mad at the world. But you can't sit there, you can't possibly be mad at the world. And when you have been, they say blacklisted or something like that. Is that what they say? They say blacklisted? They say blacklisted, right? When you have been blacklisted in the system, and the blacklisted mean that you are a habitual repeated offender in the system, meaning that the system has locked you out. That's what it means. Because I asked the lady that was down in Georgia, and she worked for a law firm or something, some type of firm, and I said, what do that mean? She said the system has locked you out of the system, meaning that whatever you do, they gonna watch you. Whatever your name pop up, they gonna get you, because they're going to follow you. So that's just like a habitual person who cheats on their taxes. And you get blacklisted with the IRS. The IRS, when your name pop up in the IRS system, they coming to check on you and see if you legit. You know what I'm saying? So anything, you know how these people keep on getting turnovers, job turnovers and stuff like that. So they got to see if that is legit, that your W-2 form is legit. They found out in New York, they found out a lot of people wasn't who they say they were. They're filing taxes in other people's names. They were filing taxes in, they was getting survival something. 9/11 survival something. And when this was going on, this was 9/11. I remember when it exactly happened, because I came home and I just did a double, and I came home, laid down on the couch, and the TV was on, and I turned around and I seen the plane going to the Twin Towers, and I thought it was a movie. And I turned over and went back to sleep. And then it was time for me to get back up and go to work. And when I got to work, everybody's like, did you see that? Did you see? I said, see what? And that's when they was telling me. Now, that stuff really happened. I said, that wasn't no movie. I said, oh my God. So people was just panicking and stuff. And we was praying though. We was praying. We was praying for the people and stuff like that. So I ended up getting hurt. What was it? June 6th or 4th or something like that. June 6th, 2001. June 6th of 2001. And I think it was then I got hurt again in 2001. It's like the same injury. So me doing a whole year of therapy and going into 2002, and ended up getting physical therapy then. All this therapy I ended up getting, and my family members coming to have to help me and stuff like that. I ended up, my friend Lanisha, Sharon, Gloria, coming in and making sure I don't forget the word of God and not giving up and stuff like that. So they knew what I was going through, and I was just crying and crying and crying. So, but people have to know. A lot of people don't know what a lot of people go through until they start telling their story. And when the 700 Club, what's her name, Terry? I had called 700 Club and I asked them to pray for me. And I said, can you pray for me? And God is using me for the gospel, and I don't know, I just need a little prayer and stuff like that. And I said, I won't call them no more, because I done wrote the letter and I called and I said, shit, these people are taking your identity. They mocking your illness and everything. And I said, they mockers. So I said, oh my God. I said, I can't mess with that. So CC1, and I had called her, not called her, I had got in touch with her, but this was like years ago though. I had wrote a letter and I said, I'm your biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? And I said, because of you being young the way that she was like 23 years old. And she was a wife. She was a mother. Was she 23? Yeah, she was 23. Okay, she was a wife and a mother, and she was a performer, and she was on the road since she was like, I think, a teenager or something like that. But her husband used to be her manager. I guess he worked for Amron. It's like a computer laser company, and it deals with computers like fax machines and stuff like that. So whatever you faxing, you just never know, somebody might be on your computer getting a fax machine or fax system or software or whatever. So you just never know how a person's information is getting out there. If you're working for a laser company or whatever company, So, but anyway, he so designing computers and software and stuff like that. Shelly, she did that for years. Amron or Linux or something. But anyway, it's dealing with Xerox machines. Or it's dealing with copies, making copies. So 9 out of 10, they probably programmed and made copies of certain documents that I had on my computer or something. So probably like that. You just never know when these people working for computer companies. They work for IBM and whoever is related to them and computers and stuff like that. So I just try not to get in trouble. I try not to get in trouble, because that stuff, honey, that'll give you prison time, honey. And I be praying. I really do be praying for family, friends, and neighbors. You know what I'm saying? Joyce Meyer said, you said for God to help you. I said, yeah, but you're not God. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to help me, because Dawn said Joyce Myers. And I said, you part of Joyce Myers Ministries? I like Joyce Myers. I used to listen. Dawn and them know. Dawn, Frank, all of them know. Anybody who was my come in and visit me in the nursing home, they knew I had that Bible out faithfully. You know what I'm saying? And I continued to do that faithfully. You know what I'm saying? So I never, discontinued studying the Word. So I guess Cece snuck down here, and I said, man, and she told the people, she told the people on the community page, she said, okay, y'all, see y'all later. And I said, oh man, I said, see what I'm saying? Did nobody get in contact with me? Because I said, I can't wait to meet you, to shake your hand, and say thank you. That's what I wanted to do. And this was like in 2009. I said, man, see, ain't nobody tell me, even if she did go to, what's his name?